Hey everyone, welcome to Good Talk HQ. I'm JP, and today I want to take you through some of the best deals on the Nintendo eShop. We're focusing on games under $5 today, and we're doing a brand new giveaway. We're going to have a little fun with this one. All you have to do is listen in during the video for a random line that makes no sense. Now, it will be food related, but that's the only hint that I can give you. Once you find it, just comment below with the line or something from it, and I'll find the comment and add you to the giveaway. For this one, we'll give away a $5 Nintendo eShop gift card, so you can pick up whatever game you want from the video. I'll do the drawing in our next video, so make sure you have the bell on so you don't miss the notification. Oh, and if you don't see your comment below, it's just because I'm going to filter them out. That way others can listen in and not have it given away in the comment section. Alright, and with that said, we'll go ahead and dive in and find some awesome deals. If you have a good time, please leave a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And most importantly, stay safe, my friends. Alright, we'll start with Pankapu, which is a single-player action platformer from Plug-in Digital. The game has a download around 2 gigs and it offers more than 10 hours of gameplay on average. Now, the game has a beautiful look and sound to it, but it can be a bit difficult. It does have a pretty in-depth story and some memorable characters to keep you entertained throughout. If you enjoy a good 2D platformer that focuses on fun gameplay and action, check this one out before the deal ends on the 1st of November. It's marked down 80% to just $239. Up next, we have Super Cyborg, which is a side-scrolling run-and-gun shooter that was inspired by the original Contra games from the arcade and NES days. It has a download just under 200 megabytes and should offer roughly 5 hours of gameplay on average. With this one, you'll get 7 distinct levels to blast your way through with crazy bullet hell action and intense boss battles. Plus, the game has local co-op for 2 players as well, and it does have a difficulty setting for those that find the game a bit too hard by default. Right now, you can pick it up for just $248, marked down 65% and matching an all-time low until the 30th of October. Encodya is a single-player point-and-click adventure game from Assemble Entertainment with a roughly 10 to 12-hour story, and the download comes in around 4.2 gigs. Now, this is an emotional story about a young girl and her guardian robot named Sam, set in a futuristic cyberpunk city. We set out to fulfill her father's mission, and the story takes you to over 100 different locations, and there are dozens of really cool NPCs to interact with along the way as well. If you enjoy a good point-and-click adventure, make sure to check out Encodya before the deal ends on the 25th. It's marked down 90% to an all-time low of just $299. The Guise is a 2D Metroidvania here on the console. It's a single-player game, and the story tells a cautionary tale and clearly shows why you should always listen to your parents. Basically, you play as a young child who happens to steal a magical mask and decides to try it on. Upon doing so, you're transformed into a monstrous creature, and this becomes our main protagonist as we work through this incredibly tough Metroidvania. Now, it does have a cool art design and the controls work really well, but more than that though, this burger made me smile. Be prepared for a ton of deaths. If you're interested in this one, it's on sale right now for just $299, marked down 50%, bringing it to an all-time low, and the download is just under 1 gig. Up next, we have Lost in Random, which is a single-player action-adventure style game with a download around 4.2 gigs and a main story that should last more than 15 hours to wrap up. It's kind of a gothic fairy tale inspired adventure where the roll of the dice determines everyone's fate. You'll have to explore through the 6 different realms in an attempt to take down the evil queen, and the combat is sort of a blend between tactics, deck building, and all-out action. For me, this is a must-play at this price. Right now, it's on sale at a brand new low of just $299, marked down 90% until the 1st of November. Red Faction Guerrilla Re-Marstered is an over-the-shoulder 3D action shooter with a pretty hefty download coming in at just under 14 gigs. It does offer a great single-player campaign that will last more than 10 hours, but they also allow you to take the action online with up to 15 other players at one time. The worlds are massive and fully destructible, at least for the most part, and overall it runs pretty well here on the console. Right now it's on sale for just $299, marked down 90% and matching an all-time low, again until the 1st. Outlast Bundle of Terror is a package including the original title and the Whistleblower DLC. It has a download just under 6 gigs and offers about 10 hours of terrifying gameplay. We play as a young journalist following a tip about a secret asylum operating nearby. Now, you'll have no fighting ability at all since you're just a reporter, and so you'll have to run or hide as you work towards the heart of the asylum. The Whistleblower DLC acts as both a prequel and a follow-up as it spans events before and after the main game. This is a great pickup for the holiday season, and right now it's on sale for just $374, marked down 85%, and the deal ends on the 1st of November. Up next, we have Sword of the Necromancer, which is a top-down action RPG available for 1 or 2 players in local co-op, and it should offer about 10 hours of gameplay. It has a download around 1.4 gigs and includes all of the bonus DLC as well, which makes it another great value this week. Now, the game is basically a dungeon crawler roguelike, and it plays a lot like a top-down Zelda, except you have the ability to turn fallen enemies into allies that can then fight alongside you. It's another incredibly tough game, and the boss battles are pretty intense, but if you're up for it right now, you can pick it up for just $374, marked down 75%, and the deal ends again on the 1st. 9 Witches Family Disruption is a pretty heavy adventure game from Blowfish Studios. It takes place during World War II and lets us control 2 characters through a heroic crusade in a war-torn world. The retro aesthetic and weird characters are kind of a staple of Blowfish. I really enjoy these types of adventures where the story is a bit strange but always interesting. Now with this one, you'll get about 5 to 6 hours of gameplay, and the download is just under 300 megabytes. Right now it's on sale for just $399, marked down 80%, and the deal ends again on the 1st. Quake II is an old-school first-person shooter from the 90s. It's been updated and enhanced, plus the package includes a ton of DLC as well, and it offers up to 16-player online matches, while local is limited to 4. It features full motion aim support and crossplay as well, and if that wasn't enough, you get Quake II 64 included in the mix to make it an even better deal. Right now it's on sale for $399, marked down 60%, and the deal ends on the 1st of November. You'll need about 3 gigs for the install. Next, we have the Anti-Hero Bundle, which is a bundle of 3 games including Nefarious, Reverse Crawl, and Underhero. Nefarious is a 2D action platformer, with the other 2 games in the bundle having more RPG mechanics. Reverse Crawl is more strategy-based, and Underhero is more action-oriented. Now, the bundle does have 2-player couch co-op, and it comes with a download under 4 gigs. Typically, it retails for over $40, and right now it's on sale for just $409, 90% off, and matching an all-time low until the 31st. Children of Zodiarcs is a tabletop-style strategy game from Plug-in Digital. It has a download a little under 2 gigs and offers about 20 hours of gameplay. Now, it's a combination of action, deck building, and dice-based combat with strategy at the forefront. The story follows a small group of professional thieves on a quest to find an ancient relic, who find themselves having to survive guards, gangs, and strange families as they work to escape from a sticky situation. It's a pretty unique game, and right now it's on sale for just $449, marked down 75%, and the deal ends on the 31st. Outlast 2 is another horrifying tale set in the Outlast world. This time around, we play as an investigative journalist. Accompanied by our wife, we head into the Arizona desert to get a scoop on a mysterious cult said to be living in the wilderness and responsible for the death of a young woman nearby. For fans of the genre, this is another must-play, and these games are some of the best at giving the player a true horror experience through video games. Again, it's a great game for the holiday season, and right now you can pick it up for just $449, marked down 85%, and the deal ends on the 31st. You'll need almost 10 gigs for the install, so keep that in mind. Layers of Fear 2 is a single-player survival horror game that puts the player in the center of the action with a well-written story and an incredible atmosphere that truly gives you an unsettling feeling throughout the roughly 5 to 10 hours that you'll spend with it. Now, these games tend to rely a bit too heavily on cheap jump scares, but the devs nailed it with this one. They know how to build up tension slowly for a proper payoff. It can be a bit repetitive and the puzzles aren't the best, so I would probably avoid it at full price, but luckily it's currently on sale for just $449, marked down nearly 90%, and the deal ends on the 1st. You'll need a little under 6 gigs for the download. Up next, we have Neon Blight, which is a pretty unique action-adventure title from Freedom Games. It has a download around 340 megabytes and lets players run their own gun shop while going out and fighting their way through dozens of handcrafted levels, searching for parts to build the ultimate weapon. The boss battles are pretty fun too, and this is a relatively new game for us here on the Switch. It does have a bit of replay value as well, and right now it's on sale for just $499, marked down 75% to an all-time low, and the deal ends on the 31st. West of Dead is a single-player top-down arcade-style shooter with a download around 1 gig and a main story that offers more than 20 hours of content. Now it's a roguelike, so keep that in mind, as I know this can be a deal breaker for some people, but if you enjoy them, this is a pretty good game with great twin stick action and a talented voice cast which adds a lot to the immersion during the story. I also love the graphical style as well, and right now it's on sale for just $4.99, marked down 75% and matching an all-time low, with the deal ending again on the 31st. Another World is a single-player retro-inspired action platformer with a small download around 200 megabytes, and the story should last roughly 2 to 3 hours to wrap up. In this one, we follow a scientist through a cool sci-fi setting with an interesting story, and with this version they made some enhancements to the gameplay and the audio design as well, and right now you can pick it up on sale for just $1.99, marked down 80%, bringing it to an all-time low, and the deal ends on the 31st. Guise is an incredibly difficult gallery shooter here on the console. It has a download around 170 megabytes and offers roughly 5 to 10 hours of gameplay. The graphics and controls are both great, and you have a few different weapon upgrades that you'll acquire while playing through each of the levels. They can give you a bit more of an advantage, but for the most part you're always outnumbered and dodging enemies both melee and ranged until you reach a boss at the end of the stage. Now, if you feel the game is just a bit too difficult, they do have a rookie mode, and right now you can pick it up for just $1.99, marked down 80% and matching an all-time low, with the deal ending on the 25th. Next we have Blood Will Be Spilled, which is a strategic 2D platform adventure game from Atu Games. The story should take roughly 5 to 7 hours to complete, and it follows a bounty hunter named Jack as he sets out on a path of revenge. The game is voice acted and they all do a pretty good job. As for the combat, it's turn-based, and as I mentioned, it will require some strategy, as again you're usually outnumbered. Right now you can pick it up for just $1.99, marked down nearly 90%, and the deal ends on the 29th. You need about 2 gigs for the install. Cecconoid is a retro-style arcade shooter with a unique graphical design. It offers more than 50 levels, multiple control schemes, cool power-ups, and it even includes an entire bonus game called Yugatron, which nearly doubles the playtime, making this an amazing value for fans of the genre. Now, I happen to enjoy twin-stick shooters, so this was a great deal for me, plus the soundtrack is amazing as well. Again, this game is a great value, and right now it's on sale for just $1.99, marked down 90% until the 29th, and the download is under 100 megabytes. Next we have Dicey Dungeons, which is a strangely addictive game and definitely a hidden gem in my opinion. What you have is a deck-building roguelike dungeon crawler with a ton of content on offer. You have multiple characters, several different dungeons broken into parts, and it's all done as part of a game show that's being hosted by Lady Luck. Now, it is another incredibly tough game, but right now you can pick it up for just $1.99, marked down 87% and matching an all-time low until the 1st of November. Up next we have Freaky Trip, which is a new release here on the console. It's a single-player point-and-click adventure title, again from Red Deer Games. As you play through, you'll have to solve a ton of logic-based puzzles and of course talk with a bunch of strange characters. Right now it's on sale for just $1.99, already marked down nearly 90%, and the deal ends on the 26th. The download is just under 7 gigs, so you'll want to make sure you have room for that, of course. Giana Sisters Twisted Dreams The Owltimate Edition is a single-player side-scrolling platformer with a download around 1.3 gigs, and it gives you more than 45 levels to work through. It should take roughly 5 to 10 hours depending on what difficulty you put it on, and of course your skill level coming in. Now, this one features a pretty cool 2-character mechanic where you have the 2 sisters and you can swap between them with just pushing a button. Doing so will alter the world around you and change the music, and each sister has a unique ability that you'll need to solve a puzzle or to get through the levels. There are also collectibles and bonus unlockables as well, and right now you can pick it up for just $1.99, matching an all-time low, and the deal ends on the 31st. Hammer Kid is a single-player action platformer with a download around 125 megabytes, and again it offers more than 40 different levels across 4 different environments, and it should take roughly 4 to 5 hours to wrap up. The basic gameplay loop revolves around you making your way from point A to point B, while collecting gems and acquiring your weapon in order to upgrade your main attack. When you start off, you just have a short range attack, but you will find your hammer quickly, and if you die or take damage, you'll lose it and have to find another one. Now again, I have to mention that this is an incredibly difficult game, but if you're up for the challenge, you can pick it up for just $1.99, marked down 80%, and the deal ends again on the 31st. Up next we have Hunter's Legacy, the Purrfect Edition. And look, I know the title is weird, but this is a pretty fun little Metroidvania where we play as a ninja cat, carrying 2 deadly blades, a bow, and some magical spells. You'll have to work through the story and save the kingdom. This is an updated version with redesigned levels, all new animations, and the inclusion of a minimap, which helps out a ton. On top of that, this version includes a new Game Plus mode as well for more replay value once you've completed the roughly 8-hour story. Now, I'm not sure I'd say it's perfect, but it's currently on sale for just $199, marked down 72% with the deal ending on the 31st. You'll need a little over 400 megabytes for the install. Up next, we have My Big Sister, which is a single-player top-down RPG with a great pixel art aesthetic and an all-original soundtrack, which both do a great job of complementing one another and creating a creepy and unsettling atmosphere. It's a story that follows 2 sisters as they attempt to escape after being kidnapped, and it even has multiple endings based on your choices that you make along the way. If you're interested in this one, make sure to grab it up while it's on sale for just $199. It's marked down 67% and matching an all-time low, with the deal ending on the 1st of November. Radio Squid is a retro-inspired platformer with a unique gameplay twist in that you shoot your enemies to the beat of the music. You can also ricochet bullets off of the walls as well, and the game offers more than 20 different levels, and they let you switch between several different color palettes for those that find the default a bit too hard on the eyes or just want to change it up. It also features a great chiptune soundtrack, and right now it's on sale for just $199. The deal ends on the 25th, and you'll need a little over 200 megabytes for the install. The Sharpshooter Bundle is a package of 2 games. You'll get the arcade shooter, sniper, hunter scope with all of the DLC. Now this is a ton of fun and it has motion controls, which is a huge plus for me as I'm pretty terrible with thumbstick aiming. In addition, you also get Knights and Guns, which is a vertical shooter with local co-op, similar to something like Bug Butcher if you ever played that one. Now these games alone are worth more than the asking price, and the package has about a 5.5 gig download. Right now you can pick it up though for just $199, which is a steal of a deal, and it ends on the 5th of November. Tamashii is a single-player puzzle platformer with a vague and strange story that even has a bit of horror elements sprinkled in as well. The unique feature to this game is your ability to lay down clones of yourself, which you'll need to do in order to navigate the levels and solve puzzles. It's a really cool mechanic, but it does take a little bit of time to get a handle on. Once you do though, it's pretty cool. Oh, and the boss battles were incredibly creepy and a lot of fun as well. Now the story should last about 3 hours, and right now you can pick it up for just $199, marked down 83% with the deal ending again on the 31st. This War of Mine, the Complete Edition, is a single-player 2D strategy game from 11-Bit Studios. It has a download around 4 gigs, and the main campaign should last more than 15 hours to wrap up. In this one, we play as a group of civilians trying to survive in the midst of a war raging on around us. It has a day and night cycle tied directly to the gameplay. Basically, you're trapped inside during the day. That's when you'll do all the building and management type stuff. Then at night, you can send out survivors to do different missions or scavenge for supplies. The bundle includes the base game and all of the DLC, plus you get all of the enhancements that were made as well, making this an excellent value, and it's currently on sale for just $199, marked down 95% with the deal ending on the 1st of November. Up next we have Writhe, which is a cool retro-themed first-person shooter, this time from a small developer with a more arcade feel. There are 3 different zones and 3 different weapons to play around with, and tons of different enemies to take out. It's a wave-based shooter set in an alternate version of Thailand in the 1970s, and of course there are online leaderboards, so you can show off how good you are. Right now this indie FPS is on sale for just $199, marked down 80% to a new low, and the deal ends on the 2nd of November. Alright everyone, here are a few other games to check out while you're already on the eShop.
Encodya, where darkness has taken hold, and only you can unravel the secrets of the past and save the world from an ancient evil. Battle Stream.
Alright everyone, that wraps up today's video. Please leave a like if you had a good time or we helped you find any cool games to pick up. Feel free to jump into the convo down below, and of course subscribe if this was your first time here. Thanks to the channel members and the patrons, and as always, stay safe my friends.